Witness News is bringing you tomorrow's headlines today. And this morning, we're digging into the investment into data centers here in North Carolina. Let's talk about it with Brian Gordon, with our friends over at the News and Observer. Brian, good morning to you.
Good morning, Joe.
Let's start here. There's been a surge in these types of facilities popping up around the country in recent years, including here in North Carolina. So let's start with the basics. What exactly are data centers?
Yeah, data centers are facilities, buildings that store and process our data. And so they're usually not seen, but they really enable everything we do in modern life to work that has to do with digital technology. It's data passing through a center from our phone to our computers.
Yeah, powering the information systems of today. Look, but they've got a huge effect on our power grid. So let's talk about our local utility. Most folks have Duke Energy around here. They're working to keep up with the support that data centers need.
Yeah, so data centers, the energy demands have been growing. One, just because our lives are getting more and more digital each year.
Sure.
Especially during the pandemic. Think about just how much teleconferencing we did, virtual meetings, and we all use our phones more than we did 10 years ago, and that's just going to keep increasing. And then what really has exponentially increased it is artificial intelligence, which uses so much more power compared to traditional computing. And so what Duke Energy needs to do is figure out how are they able to meet those demands. And so they're looking at expanding the load using everything from more nuclear to offshore wind and solar.
Yeah. So how is building more data centers here in North Carolina impacting the state economy?
So they're interesting, I think. They are good property taxpayers. There are these huge facilities in counties, especially west of Charlotte. It's known as Data Center Corridor, the Data Center Corridor. But they relatively, compared to their size, don't employ that many people. They're mostly just rows and rows of these servers that hum on their own. They don't need a ton of labor to keep it going. And so it is an interesting dynamic where they use a ton of power, but compared to a factory that might use that much power, they don't employ as many people, but they're also seemingly increasingly needed to kind of facilitate our daily lives. So it's definitely kind of a balancing act the state is going through.
Yeah, tax dollars from these big tech companies, which the state wants to be involved with, but not a lot of jobs.
Yeah, not a lot of payroll tax is coming in.
Okay, great insight, Brian Gordon. We're all going to be reading your article this weekend. Thanks for joining us. You can read more Brian's report in the N&O. It's on the website now or on Sunday's paper.